This rabbit is born stark white and only turns dark when it gets cold. The California rabbit is the second most popular meat rabbit in the world. A man named George West out of Glenwood, California, was after a specific animal. He wanted something large, fast growing, and fast breeding. And he wanted it to give up good fur for clothing on top of that. So he crossed a Himalayan rabbit with a New Zealand rabbit, and one more breed I can't recall. Then bred back and forth, chasing white fur one generation and size the next. He ended up with a rabbit that had dark points, the tips of the ears, nose, toes, and tails, and red eyes. Those red eyes turned out to matter. The American Rabbit Breeders Association, ARBA, said ARBA, used them to tell a true California rabbit, apart from something that just looked similar. West developed the breed around 1925, showed it in 1928, and ARBA didn't formally accept it until 1939. That whole stretch runs straight through the Depression and into World War II, and it never stops amazing me that while all that was going on in the world, there were people occupied with whether this rabbit deserved to be its own breed, or just counted as a subbreed of the Himalayan. The numbers on this animal explain why it caught on. A grown California rabbit runs 8 to 10 pounds and about 20 inches long, roughly 2/3 the size of a skateboard. A litter usually runs 7 to 10 kids, and those kits hit 4 to 5 pound fryer weight in about 12 weeks. A Depression-era household with 4 of these rabbits could count on 5 pounds of meat every single week. The fur is doing real work too. These rabbits carry 2 layers, a coarse top coat with a flyback effect, where the hair snaps right back into place if you try to part it against the grain, and underneath that, a dense, fine undercoat for insulation. That snapback is what keeps wind and weather from getting down to the skin, and it's exactly the trait that made the pelt so coveted for cold weather coats. Those dark points I mentioned are temperature triggered, not something the kid is born with. A newborn is stark white all over, and the points only start showing up once the animal is exposed to cold. Push that exposure too far, and the marks spread past the ears and toes, into eyebrows and spots on the hips, which is a problem in competition because judges dock points for it. Northern breeders fight this constantly. Take the rabbit out into the cold long enough, and the pigment pulls back into the hair follicles, and the marks darken. Bring it back into a warm barn for a while, and the pigment lightens right back up. Meat rabbit is a popular food across a huge part of the world, same as goat, same as duck, and I have never once in my life walked into a grocery store and seen rabbit meat at the butcher counter. I grew up around it a little. We had meat rabbits in Oklahoma when I was a kid, and my dad had them growing up too, though it was never a staple in our house. We only ended up with ours because my grandfather ran an auction house, and I bet on some rabbits as a kid, and nobody stopped me. I know rabbit, goat, and lamb are out there being cooked in plenty of homes around me right now, because there are African grocery stores and Korean grocery stores, and halal markets and stores from Mexico City all over my area. But I've been in several of them and never spotted the meat itself. If I wanted to buy a live one today, the only place I'd know to look is a pet store, and even they stock the tiny breeds. Nobody's got the big lops or the big California meat rabbits sitting in a cage waiting for a home.